Good afternoon, everybody. Wonderful. Let's see if the sound is good. Can you hear me quite well? Is this sufficient sound to hear? I hear it. Okay, excellent. My name is LaRae Zawodny, and along with Jackie Genis, whom you will meet very shortly, she and I are acting as hosts today, welcoming you on behalf of Artstra, formerly Arts of Clark County, promoting the arts across Clark County and Southwest Washington. Today we come together to hear poetic voices amongst us, and there are many. We celebrate a wonderful collaboration between Artstra and C-Tran called Poetry Moves, now in its 4th year. Through this program, selected poems are printed and placed on bus channel cards throughout the county for a period of 6 months, alternating between a call for adult submissions and then for student submissions. It is an honor for the poets to have their work and their thoughts in such a beautiful public place, so available to many people. But these poems are also a gift to those riding the buses, over 6 million in 2018 alone. Poetry Moves is an apt title. While C-Tran moves people from one place to another for destination purposes, poetry, the artful use of language, can also move us to reflect, to consider a new perspective, to find new levels of understanding. Words matter. Communication matters. Having a voice and hearing each other matters. Poetry is like a bird. It ignores all frontiers. Quote from Evgeny Yevtushenko, Russian poet, film director, and teacher. Now I'm wondering if we have a representative from C-Tran here today. I'm not sure we do. Okay, wonderful. So let me please now introduce Rhonda Peck, in charge of community outreach for C-Tran, who has played a major role, along with Chris Selk, in making Poetry Move such a great example of increasing arts accessibility across the county. Thank you.
Can you hear me? I'm a little kind of tall in my heels. Just really quickly, I want to thank everybody coming here today. And it's been a real honor and a privilege for C-Tran for 4 years. I can't believe it's 4 years already. Several seasons and many, many wonderful poems. It's been an honor and a privilege for us to participate in this program and to provide a moving display. As LaRae said, we've reached 6 to 7 million writers a year, so that's a lot of eyeballs seeing your artwork, and we look forward to continuing our partnership and supporting this program and being a member of the community. So, thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda. Poetry is nearer to truth than history. Another significant quote about poetry, this time going way back, Leonardo da Vinci, with a Renaissance polymath, a new word for me. I think you might enjoy having that in your repertoire. And one more, poetry is language at its most distilled and most powerful. That is a quote from our contemporary poet, Rita Dove, American poet and author, also Poet Laureate consultant to the Library of Congress, 93 to 95. Let us honor our poets here today as they share their words. Theirs is an art form that requires refinement of thought and language as they shape and chisel away at an idea, a feeling, something in their hearts to bring it to a poignant form. Their endeavor is not easy. To address the heights of human hope or joy without saccharine sentimentality, or to probe the depths of longing, pain, or outrage without commonplace ranting, is indeed an artistic triumph. It requires courage to move from the personal inner sanctum of private thought to public expression. I would like to ask now if we have any poets from previous seasons in the audience who might be with us today, to acknowledge them. Okay. And what about people who are writing who might think about submitting in the future? Anybody who's all right, I see a few hands, wonderful. That is just great. I encourage you. And maybe after today's presentation, we will have more people who are possibly stirred to write down their words in poetic form as well. Now, please welcome poet Diane Kammer with a reading of her poem, We Could Fly, accompanied by Sean Sele, musician, actor, and composer from Portland, Oregon.
We could fly, yet we stand. Feet bound to ground, arms spread wide, wings in another world, another time, waiting for wind, an updraft, when all that's required is a single bold step into the unknown.
Thank you so much. We will begin now the presentation of poems by the adult poets whose work has been on the buses for the last 6 months. So we will begin with Wildflowers, Lori Cutter. Please, yes.
Thank you. Good to see so many people here. Before I read my poem, just a quick thing. It's inspired by my childhood times when I would spend with friends rolling down a hill in a metal barrel and seeing how far we could go. So here we go. Wildflowers. The quick, delicious, dropping away downhill, onrush of honey, suckled air, mingled swirl of earth and sky, blurred leaves, buttercups, morning glory.
Thank you, Lori. And our next poet was not able to be here today, so I will read her poem, I Remember. Hawk, feather smoke, cedar bough, crackle, heat, red brick fireplace, our home, our shell, all cheeks ablaze atop precious, sweatered bodies, smiling and round. Lauren Duquette, Vancouver, Washington. Old Memories will be our next poem, and this will be read by Mike Freiling. It is a poem by Anya Bartalovich.
Old memories, like tangled fishhooks. Impossible to pick up only one without all the others.
Thank you so much, Mike, for reading and coming such a distance to read that today. Gay Garland Reed will next present her work.
As I read this little poem, I invite you to share the image of the last 3 lines cascading off the page. The poem is called Queen Anne's Lace. When Queen Anne's lace, in all its delicate grace, appears along the roadside, we know that we are sliding down the back of summer.
That's a beautiful image. Jacob Salzer, please.
Empty theater, the weight of trash. Thank you.
Do we have Melissa Clark Ward? Yay, wonderful. Melissa, please, it is time to hear your wonderful work.
This might be a haiku. I haven't actually checked with the experts, but it's brief. It's something I noticed on a walk. My uphill shadow, soft and composed, the edge, radiant.
Our inaugural Poet Laureate Christopher Luna has offered to read the poem by Mark Sargent, who was the juror for this season's poems, and he will read Mark Sargent's addition to this afternoon. He's in Greece, by the way. Mark is far, far away, inspired by such things as the ocean breezes, etc. Christopher, please.
I just want to let you know about a couple of things related to National Poetry Month before I read this poem. One is that this show, which is collaborations between poets and artists, will probably come down after this event, so take some time to take a look at that. And the other is that there's a brand new film about the poet Emily Dickinson showing around the corner at the Higgins Theater this week. So I just wanted to let the poets and people interested in poetry in the room know that that's happening so that you might check it out. I think Toni and I are going to go see it later. Okay, so Note to the Letter Carrier by Mark Sargent. If the intended is absent or dead, please forward to the void.
Another example of how you don't need a lot of words, but just the right words to make an impact, to make a strong statement, or open up a whole realm of thoughts. And now we have historical disaster, Holly Miller.
historical disaster. If I was with Aaron, I wouldn't feel so lame. If I was with Elias, I might have a cool last name. If I dated Ben, my trust issues would be worse. But if I dated Brian, I'd probably be in a hearse.
And now David Hupka.
All right, soaked. Circles scatter across curbside puddles, dancing erratically to the hidden pattern of the percussive falling rain. Foolishly, we skip from street to curb, as if we can avoid getting wet, like we aren't already soaked.
D.H. Carroll? Not here? Okay. D.H. Carroll. Hole. There was a hole put into me so very long ago. It will never fill with me. No radiant self. Part of me gone before I could say no. D.H. Carroll. Susan Baldwin. Did not have Susan Baldwin here today. Okay. Suzanne Baldwin. Remember all those feelings you left twisting in the wind? Here they come again. And now another great pleasure to introduce another collaborative work. So our Poet Laureate from Season 3, not Poet Laureate, excuse me, Poet Bruce Hall from Season 3, and musician Sean Sele again will present Bruce's work.
I wrote this actually. Christopher taught classes at Clark College for a while, and in one of his classes I wrote this, and I believe the prompt was something that gives you comfort. So this is a long ago memory of calmer times. Lightning, flash, flash, and another flash. Walls shake, china rattles, chest vibrates. In rhythm with kettle drum thunder. Wind howls, fire crackles, kettles bubble, buttery bread sizzles in skillet. We savor our meal by fire glow, listening to the music of the storm.
Something so extraordinary about putting art forms together and seeing how it enhances, increases possibilities of interpretation. And it's such a joy, really, to participate in that. If you haven't thought about doing that and you're inclined, there's some great examples today of that happening so beautifully. So thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Sean. Now, our Season 6 poets were student poets. And the first one will be the poem called The Beach by Margaret Hanson.
Beach, to the west, to the beach, soft sand covers my feet like a blanket, warm and relaxed. Wind whistling, salt water crashing on the sand, seagulls sing like a choir.
fingertips. Noah. Noah Swenson.
Discovery, helpful, fearless, soaring, flying, falling. One small step for man, one large step for mankind. Blasting, shaking, flying, large, important, Apollo.
Across the River by Ella Jones. Arriving now. It's a beautiful smile.
Feeling weary, afraid to jump, crossing the river, gathering courage to take my flight.
The butterfly that stands out, Hannah Powers. Okay, we have someone who will read for Hannah. Wonderful.
I'd love to be in the 5th grade again. Hi, butterfly, you love to sing and dance. Oh my. You may not always like the song, but you always try to dance along. I love that you like to try new things as you glide around with your colorful wings.
And now a little different approach, again with some collaboration with dance. The poem called Land of Magic by Liliana Kelly will be presented by Russell Capps and 2 of the student dancers from Evergreen Dance Academy.
I'd like to thank the director of Evergreen Dance Academy, Kim Graham, for allowing me to use 2 of the great artists that come out of there. The Land of Magic. This is a place where no worries come out during the day. Where you can run around and just play. No parents to wave you hello or goodbye. No homework or books, just the beautiful stars in the black night sky. Here you have no bedtime at all. Here in this land of magic, you will no longer be afraid to fall. Interpretation for you, Chelsea and Mariana are going to dance. This is a composition by Michael Allen Harrison. too.
Absolutely extraordinary. Such a joy in movement and in their spirit. Lovely, lovely poem as well. Inspiring. Let's see. Annie Shepherd, Ode to Summer.
Ode to Summer. Summer, I love you, touching the tulips that glow as the river gently flows, looking at the ocean as the waves crash, as the sun comes out, all the people play and shout. Summer, I love you.
Such joy, and beautifully expressed. Naomi Schrader, Snowy Mountains will be presented. I do believe she's not here, so we will have Gwendolyn Morgan, our current Clark County Poet Laureate, do the honor of reading her work. Gwendolyn.
Snowy mountains. High and low the mountains go. They're up top with white blank snow. When you look below, there's not a home where you will feel all alone.
Thank you very much, Gwendolyn. And Grace Wickham, I think, could not be with us here today also, so we will again have our Poet Laureate, Gwendolyn Morgan, one more time. Hallelujah.
To be a book in 2068. I hold many pages of wonders and stories. Perhaps that is why I used to get so much glory. But now I sit here on this dusty old shelf, and I have tried, but I just can't open myself. Oh, if only they knew all the things I could do, they would get off their phones and come down here, too.
An ability to think beyond oneself and become a book. That's extraordinary. All right, and now our two final poems from students are both by Tina Starks. And I would like to have her come up now and present her works. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I'm Tina. All right. Strangers. When our televisions scream wailing grief and the papers bleed tragedy from every leaf, when hope has seemed to run her course and our very touch, it seems, does shame endorse, it is the strangers, human neighbors, who in kindness of random labors that remind us that we are worth it. How the phoenix flies. Sometimes we forget that the fire will not again burn, and kindling refuses flame, till the eyes dry their tears, and the hands steady their course, so again hope may blaze from phoenix wings. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tina. We have another collaboration, and this is from Toni Lumbrazo Luna with musician Sean Sele again. So please come forward. She is a very appreciated and known, how would I say, a person who has really nourished our literary community over many years. So I'm so happy that she'll participate in this way today. Toni?
Honeycomb Prophecy, a love poem. In the residence of your heart, I wish to be a cubicle made of beeswax, translucent, unfiltered, bright with buzz, together we will construct a confluence of resin and lace, a suspension bridge across hedge thorns and conflict. You will wear my thimble, and I will carry the oracle to our future. Sean Sele.
And Toni Luna. Splendid, extraordinary voices shared with you today in trust, and just with such a spirit of sharing that I so appreciate. I think we have closing remarks now. We have Jackie, who has worked with me steadily over the last few months to make this happen. So Jackie Genis.
First, just thank you everyone for joining us here today at this Poetry Moves celebration to honor our poets and enjoy the energy that the community brings, the creative spirit that we have. I also want to take a moment and thank LaRae Zawodny. Participating with her during the planning of this event has been completely joyous. I have learned so much from her guidance and leadership about what it takes to create a special celebration like this one. She is truly an amazing woman and a very talented artist, and now a friend. There are just so many people that make Poetry Moves possible, and we appreciate all of you. We want to extend a special thank you to C-Tran, Rhonda Peck, and Chris Selk for their ongoing support of this program in collaboration with Artstra. We want to thank all of our poets and elected officials with the city and county for their ongoing support and for being here today. Our current Poet Laureate Gwendolyn Morgan, and our inaugural Poet Laureate Christopher Luna. We love. There is Morgan Hutchinson, Sean Sele, Russell Capps, Mariana Ila Luez, Mariana, trying, Chelsea Bear, Kim Graham, Toni Luna, Diane Kammer, Bruce Hall, and of course Liliana Kelly. We want to thank Karen Madsen and Cameron Settles and the Artstra board for their leadership, passion, and dedication to elevating the arts and creating greater arts awareness in our community and in Southwest Washington. Finally, we also really want to thank Judy Rose for her expertise on sound checking, of course the library, its support team, and all of you again for being here. We hope the inspiration shared here today stays with all of you as you move forward in your day and enjoy all your future adventures. And then I do have a couple of announcements to make. First, we have poem cards for sale for $10 that will, the money support this program. We have seasons 1 through 5 alphabetized along these tables here. The students are alphabetized by first name and the adults, of course, last name. We have student poet work on this table from season 6, also alphabetized by first name. And also, there is a professional development workshop being hosted by Dorothy Boshin. It's a professional development workshop for visual artists and creative community developers through artistrust.org. So you can go online, artistrust.org, and get more information. It's going to be a wonderful workshop that invites anyone, not just artists, but anyone who wants to learn how to write grants or effectively write applications and proposals. So that could be a useful thing to do. And also, excuse me, there is one more. We have a couple of days left for the deadline is May 1st for student submissions to the poetry that for season 8 student call for student poets that want to participate again with this program and submit your work. So we're really encouraging you to submit that. And then I hope I'm not leaving anything out, but we have light refreshments, and we want to give thanks to New Seasons and Safeway for providing the lovely refreshments for us. And I think that's it. I think that we did it. Yes.
Thank you, Jackie. That was great. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. And please enjoy the treats. They are plentiful. Okay, we have one more announcement.
If all the poets can come up here with their poem cards and we can get a picture of them, that would be wonderful.
Great. So let's do that right now, please. And do we have a photographer?